Yeah,
Annoying.
Kat needs a lot of attention, but I think you give her a lot of attention. Okay, it's live.
All right.
Assalamualaikum, welcome back everyone. My name is Parish Coding Wali, and today we're here with Dr. Radoslava. So, Assalamualaikum and hello, thank you so much for joining me today. And over to you for a quick introduction.
Hello, Pervosh. And I want to thank you for your beautiful drawing of myself. So it's really amazing. Love it.
Thank you. Okay, and can you give a small introduction about yourself?
All right. So I am from Slovakia and I live in a small town in the western part of Slovakia. And I am a mom of a 22-year-old son and have been working with kids and their parents almost all my active working life. So children and their parents taught me many things, and my life taught me a lot of things. So now I am here to help people with their lives and to improve the quality of their relationships and their lives, and even to translate what children say with their behavior, because we parents don't understand very often what you children want to say, and you are not able to explain it in words, so you do it in manners and behaviors, so to find a bridge of communication between parents and children. So that's what I do.
Wow, that's beautiful. So, on the topic of a child parent relationship, how do you help strengthen a child's bond with their newly adoptive parents if they previously had traumatic experiences with their biological parents? If you ever experienced having to serve someone as such.
No, I haven't. Um, I haven't done this as a therapist. I know some people, but no, it's not my experience. What I do, or what I did, is when, for example, a parent or a child went through a very traumatic situation of their lives, help them to go through it, but not losing parents or both parents being adopted. This is more like one parent is missing and there is another one, like substitution and cross-parenting or step-parenting. So yes, this is what I work with. And what to say about this? Okay. To parents, they need a lot of understanding. They need a lot of patience, and to accept they know they don't need to be accepted at the beginning. Okay? Because sometimes we try too much and we push because we want to be the good ones, we want to be accepted, we want to be loved, and we want to improve the relationship. But sometimes there is too much pressure, too fast, to create a background where the child can adjust to the new situation. And on the other side, you children can be very tricky and can make the life of adults very hard. And this is also when something happens between, I don't know, mom and dad, and there is another partner. It can be very selfish of a teenager, for example, who doesn't accept the need of mom or dad to have a new partner, to also be loved and have a healthier relationship. So For kids, it is about being willing to have mommy or daddy happy.
I see. All right. And do you think that having a son yourself changed how you deal with parents and children?
Yeah, it also my own experience because I am divorced. So there was a new partner in my life. Uh, so the acceptance of my son and brought us to the acceptance of me from his side and talking about things and pointing out these things, these uh, situations brought him to the understanding mode. So this is what really works. We don't need to push. We need to be patient, and we need to take into account that I am not the only one suffering. I am not the only one who wants to be happy. There are people around me who want to be happy as well. So it's my mom, it's my dad, whatever happened in their life, it's about them. It's not about me as a child, but to, like bump your foot and say, I want this, I want that, I don't want this, I don't want that, is very, very slow and very like a little child behavior. So it works. It really works.
That's good for you. You explained that very nicely. But moving over to topics, you in the past you've talked about soul healing, and I want to ask: do you think soul healing is a substitute for counseling?
Soul healing is a part of counseling.
Traditional counseling.
Not traditional, but new one.
Hmm.
And this is why traditional counseling is very good in crisis. But when there is a long-term problem, it usually takes very long. So we need to have a look at the soul, at the little child in you, in me, and it needs to be a part of counseling itself. Otherwise, it's very long, very hard to improve your mental, your emotional life and state.
Okay, all right, I see. And do you need to believe in soul healing beforehand for it to work? And how has soul healing proven to work?
Once more, please, and slower.
I'm sorry. I said that do you need to believe in soul healing beforehand for it to work? And second question, like a mini question, is how has soul healing proven to work?
Okay. Talk about a client. You don't need to believe in it. You need to believe to the person who is your healer or who helps you as a guide to go through it. The therapist is a guide. Yeah?
Mhm.
And it is very important for you to trust the person who guides you. And when you trust and you believe that the person does the best for you, and you are able and willing to do the best for yourself, that works. And you don't need to believe because it's just a path, a magic path you go through, okay? And you get into it sooner or later.
Okay, okay.
And mhm,
We'll continue.
go on. And it's not about like something you start speaking about, so it's something you naturally go into. when you lead the client on the shared path and you touch the emotional trauma. So this is where it touches the soul of your inner child.
Okay, so
Okay?
soul healing targets your inner child?
Yes.
Okay. So does it like heal your past?
You need to heal your past to have healthy future and presence.
That's true.
Yeah,
Golden.
because the past is, it's like building a house or a block of flats. You need a basement or the establishment, and when it's not healthy, you can't have a firm house.
Yeah.
Okay, so when your basement is not good, then you have to return down there to improve it, to correct it, to do what you can, so that you can build floor after floor. And you can go so high as strong your basement is, the base of your life.
Whoa. You're
Okay?
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's the base of your life is your past. And what you are building is your present, and what you are planning to build is your future.
That was explained very nicely. I like the visual terms and everything. Okay, and moving on to ethicotherapy, a fundamental goal of ethicotherapy is to awaken your traditions. And so, if you've ever encountered anyone a part of the RTCA community, how do they feel about awakening their ancestral traditions if they weren't aware of it earlier?
Okay. The main aim of ethicotherapy is to heal yourself, to understand yourself, to find yourself, and the tradition, and to connect with your ancestors, and to accept your background, cultural background, your tribe, your nation is connected closely to it, because when I don't accept where I come from, I don't have roots. I don't have that basement, correct, because something is missing. And to heal myself I need to understand where I come from, because the soul, what we talked about, is one part of our personality. The other part is our body. And my body is my heritage from my mother and my father, from my grandparents, great grandparents. So it's all in my body. And now, according to new modern researches, we know that every cell has a memory of your family. We know that the trauma comes from pregnant mom into your baby in her belly, still in you. So we need to heal our families to become healthier ourselves and push it to our children. So this is why we know about our traditions, about our tribe, about our family background, our ancestors, to improve the life of the future generations.
Okay. All right, I got what you're saying. And this is kind of connected to what you were just talking about. But ethical therapy works very closely with heritage and personal roots. So suppose you don't resonate with those factors, but you're not after a different culture. How does that change your course of action in serving them? And do you believe in placing roots?
What do you mean by placing roots?
By placing roots? By placing...
Okay,
continue?
go on.
I'm saying that by placing roots, because you were saying that you... How do I say this? That if you want to, what do you call it, connect to your heritage, and if you want to know who you are, you have to go after your roots. And I'm saying that in this scenario, if they don't resonate with their roots, but they're not after a different roots or culture or tradition, then do you believe in they can plant their own? That they can...
I do understand. I got it. Of course, you can do anything you want to, but when you ignore or you don't know who your half of the family, for example, one of your parent was, you still live it. It's your shadow. It's something that is in you, but you don't know about it. And when I don't know, it comes from like behind. It still has very strong impact on your life, but you are not aware of it. Okay? So it's very important to know it, to do actions to find out where I come from and why happened, what happened. For example, when there is whatever situation, there the parent is missing. When speaking about bringing up children and about methods or strategies of parenting, one of these strategies of parenting is an absent parent. Absent parent, even though he or she is not present, influences with no presence the child itself. Okay? And without this part, it's like you have just one leg, one foot.
One fruit?
Food.
Food.
Okay? So you can walk, you can jump, but it's quite hard. Okay? So yes, you can find your like new routes and to get rooted, but it takes an effort. It's possible. Everything is possible. Anyway, still the shadow of the missing parent is there.
Sorry, can you repeat that? Your voice
Okay.
is breaking a bit. My internet is...
That the shadow on the missing parent, okay, is still there. It walks with you during all of your life. And somehow, as a shadow part, it influences your life.
I see, okay. The absence, it like interferes with your life?
Yes.
Okay. Then, and another question is a relevant belief of ethical therapy is that you can forgive and accept anyone as long as you try to understand them and look from their perspectives. Or do you think this is a way of excusing them and their actions in a means to improve your mental health, as you would believe?
Okay. Forgiveness is not that I agree with what happened or that I accept it in the way that it's okay. Forgiveness is to relieve your anger. And it's very important for your mental and emotional health. But it doesn't mean that you hurt again. It doesn't mean that when you once did something what hurt me or where there was a betrayal or whatever, okay, that I will trust you again. It's the part of a critical thinking to change my attitude. But it's not about being angry with you, being angry with me. It's about accepting the situation, what happened, as our option or opportunity to grow, to learn. Okay? And it's about making mistakes, which we all make mistakes all the time. And it's okay. But to have anger in me against you or against me, to be angry with you, with me, with myself, is what hurts and what is a direct impact on my health, emotional, mental, physical, energetical. Okay? So this is why forgiveness is so healing, but it's not about forgiving. Sorry. Not forgiving. It's not about forgetting. Now it's correct. Okay, forgiving is not about forgetting.
Okay, all right. And so that rounds up this interview. Thank you so much for doing this. But before I end it, I want to say that do you have any advice for the people who are going to watch this?
Be wise, be smart, be loving, open your hearts,
Those three
and
things.
yeah, live every day as the last day of your life. That's very important.
Okay, that's beautiful. Thank you. So, as I said, thank you so much for doing this. This was honestly great. And really, thank you for scheduling this over and over again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This was a great interview.
All right. Bye bye.